How's it going, everyone? It's Charles, and I'm back for day 4 video. Yes, I'm playing catch up. It's Sunday, my one day off so far. So, let's see here. So, for day 4 of Academy, so again, first thing in the morning, went and got keys from different carriers, did their vehicle inspections for them. Of course, they're going to do it because, but it's good practice for us. So, let's see. And then we went in and did some more practice casing in the classroom. So, basically, finished up our 2 boxes or 2 tubs of mail, magazines, different letters, stuff like that. And then again, he taught us how to pull down the mail and how to do it correctly and stuff, so that way everything is in order. You don't want to screw yourself and start mixing shit up, because then you're really going to be in trouble once you're out on the route. Then as far as classroom training, so we went over the CCA training. Now, there was a couple other modules, but one of them was about marketing, which really don't do a whole lot while we're out there. I mean, you can guide them to the website if they're interested, like in stamp collecting or different services and stuff. You can put in you can take down the address and put in a request. So, like, maybe it's like if it's a new business that's on your route, and they're looking at, maybe getting like a automated scaling system for their mail where, they can put a box on there and it'll spit out the correct postage stamp, to stick on there, or labeling, stuff like that. You can take down their address and then give it to your supervisor, and then let them know that, they're interested in marketing, and get someone out there to talk to them about the different options that are available and services that they can, be provided by the post office. Other part of the training. So we went over pay rates and overtime. Now, pay rates, like when I applied, it said it was $18.51 an hour. I guess there's a cost of living allowance that's going through. So I think it was like 2.3% or something. Basically, it's going to be like 37 cents, something like that. Basically, instead of 18.51, it's going to be like 18.87 or 18.88, something like that, an hour. So it's going to be a little bit of a cost of living allowance raise that's getting ready to come through in the next few weeks, or 2 weeks, something like that. Overtime. So now we got Christmas coming up. Yeah, overtime is going to be nothing. I did my first day of OGI yesterday and ended up with, I think, like 3/4 of an hour of overtime, something like that, I believe. Depending on how heavy your mail is, you may end up going over 8 hours. Or now we got Christmas season coming up. Yeah, you're going to probably be looking at working 7 days a week at least. Even 6 days at 8 hours, that's 48 hours. Working 7 days a week at 8 hours, that's 56 hours. So overtime is anything over 8 hours and up to 10 hours. So 8 hours is your regular standard pay rate. After 8 hours, then you get time and a half. Everything after 10 hours is double time. That is all except for December. So any overtime that is worked in the month of December is just paid as overtime, no double time. So if you worked 12 hours, that last 2 hours is just going to be paid as time and a half, not double time. Now, this is something that the union has tried to, fight and stuff, but, they kind of give it up. It's kind of one of those things, at least you're still getting overtime for the hours that you're working. Um, so they throw it on the table there like every year, but it's kind of one of those backup things that they don't push because they'd rather have maybe better health benefits or maybe a change to health benefits or um, something else that uh, helps the carriers a lot more. It has more weight to it than the difference between of overtime and double time during Christmas time. So it's kind of one of those give and take things. So, they throw it on the table, but then it's kind of like, okay, well, hey, we'll give up the double time in December if we can get this. So it's kind of one of those bidding things. Uh, but then again, it's only for the month of December. There's going to be, as a CCA, you're still going to be working your butt off at a lot of the different facilities that are busy and stuff. Let's see here. Work hours limitations. So, they cannot work you more than 60 hours in a 1 week period. Yeah, that's one of the limitations. And then let's see here, work hours guaranteed, and then your lunches and breaks. So now, according to union rules, you get 2 10-minute breaks and you get a 30-minute lunch. Now, from what I've gathered, when I went to academy and then even on my OGI yesterday and my shadow day a couple weeks ago, what's kind of cool is if you're not like a person that takes lunches or eats lunch, then you don't have to. It's kind of set up as an option. So they're not forcing you to take a lunch. So if you want to skip it and work through it, so then that way you start at 7 and you want to be out of there at 3 o'clock instead of 3:30, working that extra half hour, you can skip your lunch. And then basically what you do is you got to just let your supervisor know that you did, that you worked through your lunch. They have you initial or sign a piece of paper notating that. So that's kind of a cool thing. So yeah, if you're not a lunch person and you want to get out of there a half hour early, and most of them do it, let's see. So now, as far as work days for a CCA, they can work you up to 360 days in a 1 year period. After that 360 days, you are required to get a 5-day break in service. So, kind of to put a little weirdness, they basically fire you for 5 days and then they bring you back on. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I guess it's like one of the union rules or something, and that's kind of how it goes, is that they basically fire you, and so you have your 5-day break in service, and then they bring you back on again. At that time, any time off that you have accumulated, which you should be getting, like, I think it's like 4 hours per pay period, times 26 weeks, so it's like basically 13 days a year. At which any time that you haven't used by the end of your 360 days will be cashed out automatically. So if you didn't use anything, you'll have 13 days of time off pay that you'll be receiving in that check. And then you basically start over again with zero. It's just the way it is. They don't carry it over. Now, once you become regular, yeah, all that changes. This is just, you know, things for CCAs. Uniform allowance. So after 90 days, you will get uniform allowance. Now, I don't think it's $500. I think it's like under $500. I think it's like 472 or something like that. I think one of the people said. Now, as a CCA, basically what they do is they give you like a voucher, and then you basically kind of have to like know the website that you're going through to buy your uniforms, and you get that information. You provide it to your supervisor or postmaster or something, and you basically give them all that information. Then they change they God, they basically cash in your voucher to like a temporary credit card number or something, so then you can buy your uniforms and everything. um yeah, it's kind of weird. Now again, when you become regular, then they basically I think one of the carriers said they basically send you like a preloaded city credit card, like a prepaid city debit card with your amount on it. Then you simply just buy it from whatever website you want using that debit card or credit card with the money on it. Health benefits. So as a CCA, after again, I believe it's after your 90 days, you get kind of like basic health coverage according to the Affordable Care Act that Obama passed. Now it's basic coverage, so it's at least something. They pay some of it towards it, but again, you're gonna have your out of pocket deductibles to meet and stuff. But it's at least something for you to have. For me, thank goodness, I'm just service connected vet. I get all my medical stuff handled for the VA. But again, once you become regular, then you fall under this big umbrella of health insurance coverages and stuff. You got your dental, life insurance, all this other stuff that you can sign up for. So yeah. Let's see. Then the other thing we went out and did is out in the warehouse, we set up kind of like our mock route, walking route. So they had like some of these post boxes on, some homemade stands, and they lined them up differently. So you're going up one side and then coming back on the other side. I think we had like 4 or 5 parcels that we had to scan in and stuff as you deliver them. Then of course you got your mail that you case in, so like magazines, coupons, stuff like that. One person would go and like put in like outgoing mail sporadically in different boxes. Then you basically do your thing. You got your mail in one hand for that address, and then get your stuff, stick it in the mailbox. If you got one that has a parcel, then scan in your parcel, deliver that mailbox. So me and the other person did that for a couple hours. Get, again, repetition, good practice. And then basically went back to the classroom, and we filled out our time cards for the week. This past Friday was the closing of a pay period. So you got your time covered for your first week. So like in my case, this past week was academy. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was academy paid for. The other thing that we got paid for is our travel time. So, traveling 2 hours from, where we are to the facility, or however long it took you. The other person that traveled took her 2.5 hours because there was some weather that she was dealing with. And so, yeah, we got travel time for two there and back. I think we get mileage too. I'm not for sure. Again, I believe tomorrow bring in all my paperwork to do reimbursement and everything and get everything figured out. So yeah, so got the time cards done, and then I'll have all the time for my first day of orientation. Got shadow day, day 2 of training. Had off Veterans Day, and then went in Friday for my LV training. So that was another like 4.5 hours that day. So should be looking at like 64, 68 hours, I think, for on this first paycheck. So, but yeah, so that basically kind of wrapped it up for Carrier Academy. Then basically I reported the very next day, which was yesterday, for my first day of OGI, on the job instruction. So that'll be my next video. So that's it for day 4 Academy of what happened. Now again, with all these videos, this is everything that I experienced, what our academy did. Now every academy is a little different. Got different instructors. I mean, they're going to be teaching the same basic stuff, but their teaching style, what they might have you do, how, it also depends on how big your class is. For me, it was just me and another young lady. That was it. I think there was supposed to be someone else, but they didn't get either their LLV training or their shadow day done in time, so they have to go into the next academy class here in another week or two. So, but yeah, so that's basically it. So, again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share the videos. Go ahead and leave your comments down there. Been getting great comments from you guys. Everybody's got a little bit different situation. Some of you are still waiting on your orientation emails. Some of you have already gotten them. Some of you guys are just starting out. So, I'm appreciating some of the, great comments from you guys. Some of you are putting down, thanks for the detailed videos. This is kind of what I've been looking for. So, glad that you guys are enjoying them. Alrighty guys, so that's it for day 4. Catch you on the next video for the first day of OGI. Bye.